Night 307, she had said, there was a stranger entered the assembly wearing white robes. Custom in such debates was to put each participant in turn. The question came round to the stranger. When he spoke, his answer was better than that of other fakirs. He won the approval of the caliph. Well, is that what we're supposed to wonder what'll happen at night 308? We're looking at Arabian Nights 308. Morning now dawned, and Scheherazade broke off from what she had been allowed to say then when it was the night 308th night. She continued, I have heard, O fortunate king, that the man to reply won the approval of the caliph, who ordered the man to move to a higher place. When it was his turn to deal with the second question, his answer was even better than the first, and the caliph moved him up higher. And when his answer to the third was better and more pertinent than the first two, he was placed close to the caliph himself. After the close of the debate, water was brought and the participants washed their hands and then ate the food that was provided. The fakirs left, but Al-Ma'mun stopped the stranger from going out with them. He brought him near and treated him with kindness, promising him liberal favors. Preparations were made for drink to be served, and the wine was circulated among the caliph's handsome drinking companions. When it came round to the stranger, he rose to his feet and said, Commander of the faithful, will you permit me to have a word? Say what you want, the caliph replied. The caliph's august intelligence, may God exalt it, knows that today, in the noble assembly, this servant of yours was among the least known and the humblest of the participants, and yet because of the small amount of intelligence he showed, the caliph brought him up to sit near him and exalted him over the others, causing him to reach a station to which he had never aspired. Now, however, the caliph wants to part his servant from that small quantity of intelligence that raised him from degradation to honor and from scarcity to plenty. Far be it from the commander of the faithful to envy what the servant has in the way of intelligence, renowned in excellence. If the servant drinks wine, this is anti-wine. If the servant drinks wine, his intelligence leaves him. She's saying, we're not supposed to be drinking. Ignorance approaches and robs him of his decorum. He reverts to the degradation from which he came, and in people's eyes he is to be despised and ignored. I hope that in his august intelligence, the caliph's grace and liberality, together with his lordly and generous nature, will not rob his servant of this jewel. This unusual way, right? And he claims, you claim the person as...
It seems when the caliph offers something, you have to be respectful to partake of it.
Yeah, probably.
You have a good reason not
to. Yeah, you probably have to drink the wine when he offers it. When Al-Ma'mun heard what the man had said, he praised and thanked him, after which he made him sit down in his place and treated him with respect, ordering him to be given 100,000 dinars, together with a horse on which
have a lot of money,
to ride, as well as splendid clothes. Wow. In all his assemblies he gave him a place of honor over all the fakirs, until in status and position he outranked him. God knows better. In former times there was a merchant in the land of Khorasan named Maj al-Din, a man of wealth, with black slaves, Mamluks, and servants. He had been childless until he reached the age of 60. But then Almighty God provided him with a son, whom he called Ali Shar. Ali grew up to resemble the full moon. But when he had reached manhood and was perfect in all respects, his father fell fatally ill. After summoning Ali, he said, "My son, the time has come for me to die, and I wish to give you some injunctions." When Ali asked what these were, his father told him, "I advise you not to be overly friendly with anyone, and to avoid anything that might harm or injure you. Beware of an evil companion. He is like the smith. His smoke will harm you, even if his fire does not scorch you." You see, the smiths, you stay away from the smiths. The smith and his smoke. Well, oh, how well the poet put it. There is no one in this age of yours for whom affection you should hope, and when time plays you false, no friend will remain true. Live on your own, rely on no one else. These words hold my advice, this is enough. Another poet said, "People are a hidden disease, do not rely on them. Were you to study them, you would find among them cunning cheats." Another said, "To meet others brings you nothing but senseless babble. Meet only a few, except to acquire knowledge or to better yourself." Yet another said, "An intelligent man may have put people to the test, but while he only tasted, I ate them. I see their love to be deception, while their religion is hypocrisy." "Father," said Ali, "I have heard and shall obey, but what am I to do then?" "Do good when you can," replied Majuddin. "Continue to act generously, and take every opportunity you can to be liberal, and for you will not always succeed in your pursuits." How well the poet expressed it, where he said, quote, "It is not at every moment and every time that generous deeds are to be done. When the chance comes, hurry to take it, for fear it may be lost." "Father," said Ali again, "I have heard and shall obey." We were reading from night 308 from the Arabian Nights. And what happened in that thing? The guy said he better not drink any wine or get stupid. And then the father gave him some advice. What they call that? There was some Jewish guy he gives his famous ethical will. The Jewish people, they'll give you their children an ethical will. It's like they're telling them how they want to live. Oh, it's funny. There's a famous one in this. So we read night 308 from the Arabian Nights, translated Penguin Classics.